Calling all retro gamers.
Calling all retro gamers!
Calling all
retro gamers!
Calling all retro gamers!
What's going on, everyone? It's Rich here for Big Nice Kid Productions, Team RTFC, with Ed, the Evercade Effect himself.
There we go.
I almost called you Retro Clash 9 again.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because I guess it was a mouthful. I tried to make it stick, so yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. And you all got, everyone here is watching, of course, Calling All Retro Gamers, your bi-weekly excuse to hang out, talk some retro, and play some games. We've got some peoples in the chats already. We got Fan of Fiction. What's going on? We got Mr. Shua. What's going on? And we got, of course, our own account. Just waiting on me. That's right. I had to put the kids down for bed. So it's all good. It's all good. Can we get some elevator music?
Yeah, I was saying I should add something like that to this channel.
Yeah.
Because I have that on my own channel.
It's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Yeah. Well, and we appreciate you, Phantom, and Mr. Shua. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh,
Where in the world is Rich Haywood? Yes. That is a question that many people ask a lot of times.
I'm gonna say, Mr. Shua just put out the video of his trip to PAX East. And...
Oh yeah, yeah. You just put the tweet went out just a little bit ago, right? I thought I saw that. I was searching for Ed, your tweet for the show, so I was gonna, because I wanted to repost it, and I did see that there's a video going to go live.
Yeah, we're running a little late. You'll have to excuse me. It's one of those days where dinner is also late, so it's kind of funny. Checking on Rich, checking to see.
That would be a great card game to play next time we have to wait. Yeah, you should just go live. You just bring up a map. Just like, where is he? It's like, I'm somewhere over here. There I am.
I was like, welcome to the show where one man eats and one man plays a game.
That's it, man. That's it. So, yeah, speaking of games, I got to turn off the game that I was playing earlier, lest this be Evercast 2 right away. And I hit some black buttons. I was playing Curse of Ilmore Bay on the Fun for 5 today. So that was pretty all right.
Yeah, no, I'm actually impressed that we're getting that an Indie Heroes. That's like a $15 game on Steam. So that's pretty good.
Well, that's cool. I did not know anything about this game, except for the fact that I think it was Phantom. The day I did yesterday when I did the update overview, they're like, "Oh yeah, this game might actually be pretty cool," and I was like, "Oh sweet." And then we played it, and it was pretty good. That soundtrack though, woo!
Oh, I know.
The soundtrack was hard. I was like, "Wow, that's great."
People kept mentioning when I was going live. I'm like, "Yeah, I've never heard of that game," and then I was neat to do his game. Oh, speaking of sound, it's funny because since we're both coming in hot, we get the chance. So finally, I was through the magical power of Crow, I was able to get my setup, and now I know why when he would say he would lose sound, because finally with voice meter, I was able. It took me an hour to get everything dialed in because it installs a window driver, and you have to change your speakers or point to that. You have to change a few other things, and then I tried the lesser complicated version of the driver. But every time I would talk, I would hear myself in my headphones, and it was driving me nuts. So,
yeah.
But I got it working
with your voice meter banana, right? That's what you're using.
This actually, that's another version. This one is just called voice meter.
Okay. Is it good?
There's also the same. I think they all make the same thing. There's also a virtual cable. But yeah, so now finally, when I stream my audio, good God.
That's cool. Yeah. So I don't have a mixer in Studio B, so I've been using voice meter banana. Or playing around with it anyway, trying to get that stuff to work. And I don't know. I'm not very good at it. So
it took me an hour to dial it in because then I had to adjust my volume, adjust the Evercade volume. And the problem is when you install it, it installs 10 virtual microphones, and I had to pick the right one. And
right. Yeah, well, so in Banana, I don't know if what your interface looks like. We gotta get on one of these and then just show screens all over the place. To compare one day. But the one, it's like a virtual mixer, but there's 12 different options, and I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
This one you can have you could have two stereo inputs, and then you can have one like one output.
Oh, okay.
It's lots. It's just called voice meter. But I think they also make voice meter banana, which is a more complicated one.
Yeah. And
Of course,
I don't know why I chose the more complicated one to start out with. I just need to, because all I need to do is just put the audio of one device out to another one. So
yeah. Oh hey.
I can hear this one. All right, cool.
Hey,
what's going on, man?
Hey, good to see you.
All right, I'm gonna hit a button real quick, just to see if things work or if I need to like
go for it.
Do whatever. I'm gonna transition to my Retron 5 screen real quick. Hey, it worked.
Woohoo.
Does this work? Yay, the audio's going through too. Hooray. I like it.
I know it's amazing, right?
I like it. That's good. That's good. Because so I might as well just, I mean, I'm here, so I might as well just hit the button anyway.
You might as well, right?
So today is actually just going to be a big old grind fest. I don't want to do anything that's really like story related. I mean, Phantom's here though, so I could. But I didn't advertise that I was going to do anything story related on the post. So I think I'm just going to do a whole bunch of grind. It was because I want to actually see if I can get Alice to level 20. And if I can get her to level 20, then everyone else will be at like 18 plus by the end of the session. And that would be pretty awesome because that means bosses from now on, as soon as I hit the ice planet, bosses will just melt. They'll just be gone.
Oh, so yeah, mindless grinding is fun. That's one of the things I like about RPGs. What else? God, I know it's funny. Both of our schedules. I know you've been like extremely busy. Yeah, trying to think of what else we need to catch up on. So yeah, finally got the audio working. So I was like, woohoo!
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, but it is a pain to get it. So it's like slowly. Now that I have a real logo and all that. Next thing I need, which is awesome, thanks to Gene Joe. Now I just need to get the typical YouTube merch on my channel, like shirts. I'll throw that up there. But mainly because I need a shirt because I want to. Yeah. Would it be weird though for me to wear a shirt that has my face on it? Probably not. But.
I mean, I wear a shirt that has a big old Bacon ice cream logo on it, so it's fine.
Yeah. I thought what was. So for those of you, I'm sure most everyone is aware that we do Evercast once a week, and it's funny because in addition to just the face, in addition to just this, which got it added.
Yeah.
Dean Joke pretty much did like he did like an upper torso and an arm, and it was funny because I didn't say anything. I just like stealthily like because I wanted to also change like Evercast. And it was hilarious like crows and Pete's reaction.
Oh what? To the. You changed.
Yeah, you might have been late because they're like, you're not that strong. I mean, what's all this like muscular? I'm like, I know it's a very flattering like character that's exaggerated. It's awesome. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things I've been wanting to do for a while, and actually, it just casually happened here in this chat because like Gene Joke, he drew that. I mean, I forget how it came up. We didn't know that he drew that Illithid, and we're like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I just jokingly said, well, hey, if somebody like made a logo, if you wanted to make a logo for me, I would, I'd probably use it. He's like, I might just do that. And then like a day later, I get an email with the
logo. that was killer. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love how things organically happen. Oh, so the other funny thing. So before when I got audio, which is great for our viewers because they're like, hey, I mean, it makes sense. You want to be able to hear the music audio. And before, and like, I didn't even know how I kind of had it. I think before the music was kind of coming through this mic. But anyways, I got that fit. And so, but somebody asked me if, like, when I was playing Donut Dodo, if I would like hum the tune since I didn't have it. And I couldn't hum it, but I could like acapella it, just like imitate the sounds of it. And it was funny because I was watching like the number of people in the chat, but nobody left. I thought, but it's one of those weird things. But it's not like, it's not like horrible singing. It's in between.
Yeah.
So, Rich is also a channel member of my channel. So, but on my list video, I said, I think what I'm going to do is pick like my 10 favorite retro songs for my members only. And I said, if one person doesn't want this and no one else comments, I won't do it. But if one person does want it, no one says anything. That a few people said they would. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna try if I can do like 10 songs.
Mm.
And I gave like a sample of like Dr. Mario, like the Dr. Mario theme at the end. But yeah, it worked out well. Like, I put in earbuds so I could just like hear it on my phone. And because you can sync Spotify with that, I think what I could do is kind of put that up in the corner, share that. So I think that might be my fun. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm like, God, can I do it all in one breath or not? That's harder than you think.
That's cool though.
Yeah. So what else? We got that. I don't know if you saw the crazy. Well, one of the crazy things that Fast Tippy sent me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I never.
Cool.
Yeah, Alien Attack, and it takes like I'm glad that no, it was really he bought it off of eBay, which is really nice, and I'm glad he sent it with 4 CCC batteries. I know I don't have any of those lying around. But, yeah, no, it's funny because I didn't know that like I wanted that, kind of wanting some type of like old Kaliga, but props to and then he also sent me this cool like Blaster Master poster. Props to him because he joined my membership just so he could see my collectibles to kind of see what I was into. So I thought that was
awesome.
Cool. I thought that was kind of neat. What else have you missed? So yeah, he's kept the PO box alive. So I mean that once every 3 months.
Nice. Somebody just needs to send you something.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of a fun weird thing. Which Phantom, if he's still in here, he's the one that started it. So that's awesome. So
that's right.
Don't let it die. What else did Mr. Shua say? And are you taking some ad-lib freestyling over chips? But the other funny thing too is because sometimes when I'm playing like some games and when I'm streaming it, I would try not to say too much. Like the music for this game is awesome because I felt guilty because the people couldn't hear it. But I do appreciate how like our viewers kind of stuck with it. But like how it is sometimes you just get off work and you don't want to like just like dick around with things on your computer.
Yeah, of course.
Like I would just rather go live, but I had the time, and I'm like, and by installing the other version, I just kind of learned some things. But yeah, it took me an hour just to do that and get it dialed in, and I'm like, okay. And then I even like saved the set. I even like took a screenshot and saved like the settings.
Nice.
Yeah, but the flip side is now I can do what you do. So if I wanted to do like everything in StreamYard instead of OBS, then I could.
Yeah, you could just pop in.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
I like it a lot.
The funny thing is now I've thought about maybe for some things like maybe also like log in. Like you need to have a tablet, but in the meantime, log in on your phone, and then you can click the button of the messages pop up.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, just always like tweaking. Oh, and the other thing too, I guess a new way that somebody asked to donate to the channel, they said they're like, hey, I know you have a PO box, and like, how could I like send you Steam games? So like I gave out like my Steam ID, and like if you, it was like not obligated, but yeah, sure, why not? If you want to friend me on Steam,
right,
and all that, and then also like Fast Hippie was in the room and he added me for the fun of it. So yeah, it's just neat how the community is integrated. Oh, and then Phantom, who was on that when I streamed yesterday, Crypt Stalker. It's very much like a Castlevania type game, and it's only like $3 on Steam.
Oh, nice.
It gets like 8-bit and all that. Yeah, so like that's
cool.
something I might pick up. Oh, and then
are there any cool freebie games?
Oh, you know what? I need to look at that. Yeah, I knew there was something else. And then let's see if there's any free game. Look here. And then I'm 99% sure that I'm going to do. Not really, just Ghost Run on the Epic Store. And I like when there's like free Steam. Actually, I can check one other spot. But I'm 99% sure that on my birthday I'm going to do a birthday and drink beer stream.
Nice.
Because it's on a Monday, so I took off April 29th and the next day. And I think because it's I'm just going to play whatever games I want. Like even if cool. Like not as indie-ish. So yeah, I think I got y'all. Oh, hey, Lloyd Jr. I think he's another channel member of both of our channels, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, we got full GTC and full Evercade Effect in the house. It's great.
Dual membership. Yeah, look, there's one other. because another great resource I like to look is the Gaming on Linux is his Discord. Actually, they'll put like free game/game sales if there's anything. Sometimes there's stuff. Oh, and then for those of you who have Amazon, who have Amazon Prime,
Yeah,
like Fallout, because I do there's like the first 8 episodes of the Fallout show is on Amazon Prime. I need to check that out.
yes. Gene Joke is actually just asking to see if anyone checked it out yet. I actually just found out that it released a couple days ago, and I was like, oh sweet, I'm doing that this weekend. I'm gonna binge some Fallout show. We should definitely do that and then talk about that on the next card.
Yes. Oh, Citadel Resurrection.
Oh, that's cool.
I need to. Yeah, we should. So like the problem, like you ever get like ever watch one like shows that started off like as a network show, like when they had like 22 episodes a season.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I started to get sucked into the Resident.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just says like it was just kind of like ominous. It was. I always look at the top 10 for Netflix, and it says like blah 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 starts off the residency and is finds out the healthcare system, but it's like very dramatic. I don't know. It's one of those.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's really cool.
So, but I need to. But I try not to be like between shows, but.
Mm-hmm. And you were about to say a thing about the Amazon Prime thing, but Amazon Prime Gaming, they're giving away Fallout 76.
Yes.
And what is it? Fallout. I think it's Fallout Tactics on GOG.
Yeah, it's they have all the other Fallouts on GOG. Yes, but yeah, you get 76 for Xbox and for PC.
That's right. Yeah. I cashed in that code as soon as I saw it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I saw that today, actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can stream that. Okay, I can. Yay, Citadel Resurrection. Oh, ooh.
Is it cool looking?
Yeah, let me see. If this doesn't destroy the StreamYard universe template.
Here, we're gonna put it this way, and then do your share screen.
Stop sharing and share it. That's weird. Let me try that again. Yeah, it's like it made the thingy go away. All right, let's see.
There it is. Ooh, look at that.
Okay,
That's
cool,
very
Phantom.
Castlevania-ish.
Yeah. And I think I want to say how they get. Okay, so if you like it, you can like buy all this like DLC. I will add it to my library. Yay. Dude, that is very cool. Yeah, if I like that, I'll add it to my. I'll maybe buy some DLC. So there's your free.
That's very cool.
Free game of.
I might have to hit that up.
See, I like that. Here, I'll put it in the chat too. I like that. Our viewers doing my job. There we go. So there's. Just do a search for Citadel Resurrection. Oh, dude. So So I saw that. But here's the thing. Something like that. That's a final. Like if I don't have anything else watching on, then I'll like sub to it and get like the one with the commercials. But when I'm trying to catch up on other things, what I'll do is I'll wait for the whole thing to air and then like just buy it for a month or do a trial and just watch. Then I can just like binge it back to back because I think that's like especially like Star Trek like episodes really like build upon each other, and when you start to get into it deep like that, it's like man, I want to watch it back to back. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be next, and I think that'll be what it's like 5th season or 4th season.
I think so.
Yeah, I love that show. Lots of time travel. I mean, Star Trek, you have to have time travel.
Wait, is there time travel in Discovery?
Is there what on Discovery?
Is there time travel in Discovery?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I only watched the first couple episodes of the first season.
Sorry, when you said that's right. I forgot it was called Discovery. I was like, time to. No, that's cool, dude. I will say that Picard. I love Picard. That's funny because there's like I might have said this to you. There's like that meme. It showed like where it said like Star Trek gave their fans what Star Wars didn't.
Mhm.
You know, I think
Yeah.
it showed Han and Luke. It showed
I can
all
agree. You know what? I can agree with that though, because everyone wanted to see everyone get back together again
Mhm.
and then do some things and all that kind of stuff, and that never happened in Star Wars. And
I
in
love. I
Picard,
know.
and in Picard, it was a slow burn. You're like,
Yes.
here's one person, and then here's another person, and then by the end, oh man, it's pretty crazy.
Covers are getting season 2. So you know what's like start what the no I know I but like going back to the Phantom, I get that because like Star Trek, like Strange New Worlds, like that. It took me the first season, and then Captain Pike grew on me because it was like a long time since there was like a new captain,
Mm-mm.
and it just it kind of takes a while. Strange World is so sad. It just it can take a while. Oh, so okay, I hated that. I did not like that musical episode, which it's that maybe that's I mean I get they wanted to try something different, but I thought it was too much of like the trope of an easy dumb thing to do where everything that they say they have to talk. I don't know if you like musicals, but that was an episode where I was trying to like fast forward past where they could get out of it, but because I like the trial version with the ads, it was having trouble with me skipping, and I was just like, meh. Oh yeah, the lower decks. Yeah, they did like a weird crossover. Yeah. After the second season. Yeah, I mean the first one it took but a lot of issues. Yeah, so what's funny about what's funny that you said that as a writer. So not that my wife is a writer, but she's somebody who like watches show can't hear me. Will like look for like continuity and all that. With me, maybe I'm weird. Like when I watch a show, I accept the rules of the universe. Like if there's a character when you touch them and they turn blue for whatever reason and they don't explain it, like I accept that because whenever you touch this guy, they turn blue in that show. And I just, believe me, I understand how that can ruin it for some people, but I accept the rules of the universe of the show and I get into it. I think of Discovery's Tom Paris holodeck novel. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, they do need to wrap that. They do need to wrap that. But at least with a Strange New, but having like Spock or Spock's son or whatever, like that's always cool.
Mm.
But that's on Strange New World. Yeah, that's funny, the name. But the thing though that I know, I guess the other thing is when you watch it, you just have to like get used to the new captain, and you can't compare it to anyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say that but Picard though, my God, that was the second season. I know for some like because they went through his whole backstory, and I don't know from seeing not that Facebook is a authority on anything, but I guess a lot of people didn't like that. But I don't know, it's neat, and they always like bring in the Borg to everything. Like 7 of 9 is like a major character part. So
yeah,
I love that. Like I'm glad they kind of did that one last reunion while everybody was still alive. I hate to say that, but
yep. No, I mean, yeah, it was a bummer, man. You got the. I mean, I guess everyone, like of the 3, right? Everyone got to like hang out with Leia at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't get all 3 of them.
No.
And I was, and I don't know. As a fan, I was like, man, you couldn't just you can't do Han dirty like that. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, season 3 was the best. Yeah, no kidding, it was. No, but I love like Patrick Stewart. Like he's just like a great actor.
Yeah.
Like when
I need to go back and finish it because I didn't actually finish it.
It is so great, and again, the tie-in with Data and all. It's kind of like if you were like a big fan of like Star Trek Generation and Deep Space Nine and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The one like those of you who don't know, I have like the Guardian app on my phone. It's if you just want to like know like when news and stuff is going on, but they do mention like when famous people, an actor like O.J. Simpson who like passed away, So
Mm-hmm.
I'm dreading the day when it says like Patrick Stewart dies, age not like that will be devastating. I love him, like he's
Yep. Yeah, no, it's
like if I had obviously know the separation between reality and shows, but if I had the opportunity to go to one of those cons where you could pay like a ridiculous amount of money to do like the captain signing and shake their hand, like I could pretend that like he was, it's funny. I told my wife, I'm like I would pretend that they were like not the actual actors, but they were like like he's like Jean-Luc. It's like I think they have like different levels. You like shake their hand and you get like a picture or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. No. I went with a buddy of mine to do that for Shatner.
Oh, nice.
The only thing though was it was when I was younger, and Shatner was in his like anti-Paramount phase. So he spent most of the like VIP interview thing just kind of like railing about how he didn't like Paramount and like all they did and all that stuff.
Oh man.
So I was really bummed, and my buddy he still didn't care. He was just like, whatever, it's awesome. I get to meet him. Let's go. Let's get in this line. Do whatever. So I was like, yeah, sure. I'll wait with you and do all that good stuff. And like I said, I was a little punkish. I'm not gonna lie about it. And so I waited with him, and my buddy, he gets his name's Ray. He got his stuff signed and all that kind of stuff. And I was just hot. and so Shatner, he looks up after my buddy gets his stuff signed. And he looks at me, and he reaches out his hand like he was what do you have for me to sign? I'm like, actually I don't have anything for you to sign. And he's like what? And then I don't know why I was so mad at him, but I called him an a-hole.
Dude, that's awesome.
I was like, you know what? You're an a-hole. You know what his response was though?
What?
His response was, he looked me dead in the eyes, right in the eyes. I swear to you. He's like, I know. Next. And I was like, wow.
Yes. In real life, not as much, but yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? You got to respect that.
Oh, yeah, I do have respect. He knows who he is. Dude, that's a great story. Oh my God, I love that. Oh, a spinoff about Riker and the Titan. Yes. Hey, maybe that may be the next thing.
That would have been cool.
An animated. It's great. They showered in Lower Decks. Oh, there's a new series coming since Picard. Well, yeah. I think, you know how it is with Star Trek, like thing. Yeah, that's great, Rich. See, I love the overlapping of Star Trek.
Yeah, man.
Oh, so like speaking of weird, silly things, there's kind of since data kind of remind me. Like I'm sure you like on YouTube if you all Googled like the Picard song. I want to say it's like 20 years old, but this one guy he did, and again, I usually like other than Weird Al, I usually don't like parodies, and actually. His other Star Trek songs aren't as good, but instead of the song "Pretty Fly" for a white guy, he did like "Pretty Fly" for an AI, and it was actually kind of funny. Dressed up in Data, but like but it was one of his like later songs. I mean, everyone has to get their start. Like I listened to some of the earlier ones, weren't as much, but I don't know. That I kind of liked. I don't know.
That's pretty cool. I think I saw that come up in one of my suggested lists on YouTube. I should check that out.
That's because remember that was the one I sent you the link and you thought it was summoning salt, and then I felt really bad.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did share that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, sorry. Yeah, because the second will always send. Oh, so what did you? Because I know you texted me back, so you did get to watch the Wrestling with Gaming.
Yeah, he's good. He's real good. I like it. He's. I mean, no one can really be summoning salt except for summoning salt, but he, he had me hooked. And I was like, yeah, I know most of the stuff about the Game Boy history. And then I was wrong because I had no idea when they were sourcing the parts for the screen.
Yeah.
There was like all that controversy between Citizen and Sharp and like all that kind of stuff going down. I was like, wow, that's cool.
And I didn't know that Nintendo, because they still, I guess they wanted to keep Citizen on the hook, that they made up like specs and everything and all that color screen. And then they use that for the Game Gear, and then they, you know, improve it. They leak back to Sega.
Yeah.
And I didn't know and I didn't know like there was such like an internal battle between the two main characters, which the guys' names I cannot remember.
The president and Gunpei Yokoi.
Yes. And I didn't know that he went like secretly, like, you know, risk of being fired, like worked on the Game Boy.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that dude, Wrestle with Gaming is pretty cool. I know that's why, like I said, he does either some type of MMA kick. I mean, he's got the tattoos, he's in shape.
Oh, he's definitely jacked. He's like he is kind of like where I wanna get to one day.
Right. Cool Gene joke. It's funny.
Yeah,
he always stays up at 3 a.m. like on my streams too. Cool.
That's
man.
wild. But thanks for being here, man.
Heck yeah. But yeah, I thought you'd like to go back and watch his other stuff. But yeah, he does like this the style he does a bit, and he puts in a lot of effort to write a script, because you'll like sometimes he'll show like the bloopers like at the end of the episodes. But it's neat though, like how he shows himself and then does like a lot of editing of like the different like models of things, and you know, it's like it's crazy. Like
yeah,
a lot, you know, a lot of things. So yeah, if you're looking for Jones or for something, Summoning Salt is just him. I geek out over. I mean, I also enjoy like when Carl Jobst will like put out like speedrun. Well, he mainly puts out like speedrunners who get caught like cheating and all that. But that still fascinates me too. That like the latest one that Carl did was on like Mario 64. That now they have like that usually, like if somebody like, you know, splices videos, you can usually tell by the audio. But then they said like Mario will blink his eyes like every certain seconds, so you can like count that of when, you know, how often Mario should blink, and if he doesn't blink or blinks too much, and you can tell that people splice. It's pretty crazy the way that they do that stuff. And you know what? Kudos to the community for kind of like trying to keep itself like, you know, legit and all that. You know, the only thing that I don't like, and maybe because as you know, I'm getting a little older or whatever, I don't like the drama part of it. And Carl doesn't really get into that too much, but some of the other people that like discuss like some of the cheaters and all that kind of stuff, they get really real personal about it. And I'm like, all right, guys, we're old enough to not go there with it, but it is cool that people are that passionate that they want to keep, you know, like their stuff, you know, kind of pure or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like, that's cool. Like I'm all right. I'm down with that.
Yeah, that's why. No, but you're right. That's why I like Carl. He sticks to the facts. The only time that he'll kind of attack somebody, if somebody makes a video to attack him, and he'll even say like, my personal
he is one to punch back. That's for sure.
Yeah, he'll say that.
Yeah,
but yeah, it has to like be policed by people, because I mean, think about it. People spend like hours, and they spend so much time, and it's just human nature that somebody always has to like cheat to ruin something, right? Oh hey, we have
what's going on, man?
Crash line. Went blank. Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. No, it's awesome because like on Karg, and then like when I pop into your channel to stream, it's like I see like there's like a lot of people that watch both of our channels.
Exactly.
Which is neat.
Oh well, so Crash Line with the other reference, movie wise, you know what? I'm pretty hyped to see what this new Tron project is. You know what I mean? I'm very interested.
Like, I've heard it. I guess I'm behind in the new. What is it? A new movie or what?
Yeah, there's going to be a third one, and they've been in production for a really, really long time, and there's like next to nothing known about it, but they're doing it. People keep talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, hey, when's that new Tron movie coming?" "Oh yeah, it's coming. We're working on it," and all that kind of stuff. And usually you hear like, you know, some kind of rumor or trailer or something. They're keeping it really under wraps, but I mean, it's supposed to happen, and I can't wait for it. You know, I even enjoyed. I keep getting it confused with the name of the video game that came out right around the time that the second one came out. But I enjoyed the second Tron movie. Not, I mean, obviously not as much as the original, but
Yeah.
but it's
Mr. Shu, that's pretty funny. He's like, I've never seen like right in the crash. I said, don't spoil it. Oh,
That's
so
awesome.
speaking of like awesome like mashups and things, and you all may have I don't know, may have seen the trailer for this, but I'm so here. Check this out. I'm super pumped about.
Yeah. What do we got? Ooh.
It's the Xbox, but it's the same thing. When I saw like the thumbnail, I actually thought maybe this was like a prank, but this is an actual thing. Just wait for it.
All right.
The music kind of might sort of give it away, but this is the actual. Also the
That's pretty wild.
new DLC for Vampire Survivors Contra DLC. Yes, I was like,
That's
no,
pretty
I was like,
cool.
Dude, no way. Yeah, there was like I recognized that like the first boss was super good. Yeah, I'm sub to Ponicle's channel. Yeah, May 19th.
That's very cool. That's very cool. I like it.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
I
that a
love
lot.
Contra. But yeah. Dude, the thing I love about that game, it's like not on sale, it's $5. Usually you can get it, and then all the DLC is like $2 to $3.
Yeah.
So it's like the most affordable. Yeah, so but the good thing is this is the second time because that Konami has allowed DLC to be, first it was Dead Cells with the with the Castlevania expansion, and then now this with
Yep.
Contra. So
Well, hey, if they're getting loose with the IP,
exactly,
that'd be cool.
yeah, I'm super. So yeah, I was super pumped. So Secret of Ilmore Bay, this game of the month. I actually heard about it. Oh, cool. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I'll probably be playing some of it on Saturday. I'll be one of the squares. We'll turn on some Ilmore Bay and play. I gotta try to. The goal would be before the end of the Evercast, I have to beat the first stage. 'Cause I'm so bad at it.
It took a little bit to get used to, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure about the characters. They're slightly different.
Mhm.
I think next week I might just do a mashup of that and like the new UI into like one
Yep.
into like video. I gotta, but yeah, that's cool that we're getting all those updates. Oh, one other thing that was weird. Do you have your Codemasters collection handy?
Yeah.
What's the Peggy rating on it?
The Peggy rating?
Yeah. What's the number? And I'll tell you why here in a second. But it's just more fun if
It's Peggy 7.
No, 7. Okay. Because I just had a brain fart of who asked me that. Immortal Sojourn.
Okay.
He had asked me that, and then mine was also 7 because on Fun Stock it's like I guess I don't know like I guess the rating changed, like now it's 12, like they got
Really?
it back in stock, but it's so
Well, that's weird.
yes,
I mean, so, but I think the reason why Codemasters, because Codemasters go on Legacy,
yeah.
and I want to say it's because somebody bought something from them that's on this cart recently. I forget what it is, but somebody bought from Codemasters one of these games, and that's why. Because it's a licensing situation like Pico, like how was it Draken and Super Draken went back to Atari or whatever.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals. Like somebody bought, I forget what it was. It was something weird. I don't think it was cannon fodder, but It was one like I think it was two. I think it was two of these games. Maybe Boomerang Kids. We bought that. I think maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, he just asked, and I like piqued my curiosity, but he didn't tell me the same rate. And then I went to Fun Stock, so yeah, it was just kind of a weird, pointless thing. And then I forgot too on the cards, the Peggy rating.
Yeah.
Matches
Well, that's kind of weird. Did they actually change it and make a new Peggy rating? Like, is there now a Codemasters variant out there?
Yeah, then that's on Fun Stock. It said the picture of it. It has 12.
Peggy 12. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So
now I'm gonna have to go hunt one down. But Codemasters was immediate, though, right? The availability was immediate.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I should remember my own video, but
Yeah. But so here's what's interesting. Yeah, and I've been like, and it's funny because like I've been saying for the longest time, it'd be neat for us to have a feature like that, and I'll talk more about it. But the only thing is that I wish when you would go in, and you could see the different screenshots of the game that you could start the game from there, but you can't. Like you have to go back.
right.
And what I'm hoping that what they might do is I'm hoping they add. I love you can sort the categories by like arcade and computer. I hope maybe they're adding ones like most playtime, favorites.
Well, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, like recently played games. So that way you'd still have to put in the cart.
Right.
And I guess it makes sense, but the only annoying thing is for someone like us, like now we got like 50 carts, we have to put in at least 2 consoles if you want to.
Yeah.
Mark it off.
I mean, it's all right though. There's gonna be like my main one, is gonna be my limited edition VS, which is right here in Studio A.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm gonna fill up. I mean, I'm not gonna bother with the EXP or any of that kind of stuff. So
the only thing that'll be irritating, and hopefully I won't jinx Pete. He's had some firmware update issues. That you update your latest firmware and it resets that. So now you got to put all your carts in again.
Oh man, that would be a bummer.
Yeah. I was kind of. I mean, I get why they don't do it. I was kind of hoping you could like put in a code and say like I have them all or something, and it would just automatically like.
Yeah.
Just do it. No, it is neat. The one thing that I like about it the most is that now when I do my follow-up videos
or something,
or we like talk about stuff on Evercast.
Okay, so you're letting him in here.
Oh, okay, Phantom.
Maybe.
I was having issues with response time. Jump shots felt delayed. Oh, okay, and that's where he said down here.
All right.
He was using. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. But, hold on a second. I'm gonna be right back.
They're ready. I'll have to like entertain everybody. Actually, I think I can. Hold on a second. Maybe we'll play like Name That Tune. Name that video game tune. Let me see. I don't think you all will be able to hear. You shouldn't be able to hear the. All right. Ooh. Okay. Let me go ahead and. There we go. Until Rich gets back. Okay, so I'm gonna like do a tune to a song, and we'll see if y'all recognize it. All right. Yay! Yeah, I know that was kind of a yeah, that's kind of an obvious one, but I had to. Let me see. Let's see if this is the.
And then we win.
You know what theme that was?
It's Ninja Gaiden, man.
Yeah, I did Mario Brothers before that.
Oh, all right. It was what was it, like level 4-2 or something like that?
Actually, it was like the definite soundtrack. There was the main theme.
Oh, all right. Well, they play that in one of the themes, or they play that in one of the sub stages. And I watch so much Arcus now; it's so ridiculous. And he's trying. He's going for a PB right now. So he's doing all the practice. So some of his runs, he'll play for like 3 hours. He'll be playing for 3 hours on just stage 4, and he has these little songs that he writes inside of it. There's the end game credits from Outrun after scoring the suitcase full for
But that's just a sample of what I'm going to do for my members. Oh, what do they like? You say playing for out like that's like on all my live streams. That's what I've been doing a lot, like with Donut Dodo.
Oh yeah,
and that's why like I joke. It's like I jokingly like relate it to summoning Salt Turn. Well, because so on the first level, like and I swear to God, and I say if he ever does one on Donut Dodo, it might be too new of a game. He would use this term and say like you want to get a good dodo because he always like they always like say speedrunning and that's because sometimes the dodo can go to the right of the ladder or on the ladder.
Yeah.
A good dodo is like when he's like it could be at the far left or right where the dodo isn't in your way and is going to get you the fireball. So that's what I meant.
Yeah.
A good dodo.
That's awesome. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of use that like joking. They said like, and then something happened. Ed is on the run of his life. I don't know. I hear that in my head, but the dude like the first place of that game, it's amazing. I think my personal best was like 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I think the best time might be like 1:30.
Okay,
but it's a hard game.
For the first stage, you mean? A minute and
no for all 5 stages, like the world record I think is like 1.5 minutes.
In 1.5 minutes?
It's under 2. I can actually.
Whoa.
Actually, if you want to see, my personal best for the 3 is like 2:15. Actually, let's say if you want to see, and actually I should study. I don't know why his video says 3:31.
No clue if this
no
is
one
normal.
actually round speed run. Actually, no 122.
How much is too much catnip?
Here, check.
I mean, he does look
Get
happy.
past
Too happy.
YouTube commercials.
Got pet questions? Get pet answers for free.
Really, it's like if I want to get better. So,
Yeah, you should put it. Yeah, share it up.
All right, let me. A second, stream. Hold on a second. I don't. I can't read the Japanese there. I think if you actually go to speedrun.com, that it has their name. What do you mean screen sharing was? Oh my god, why was it canceled? Make sure you click on what? Share. Okay.
There we go. Let's do it.
So let's
This
let's
is
hear it. So
1
check
minute
this out.
22 seconds.
Wait, let me just, hold on a second. Look at this first level. It already went like. Oh, I think he restarted. I think he restarted. Yeah, he restarted.
You have
Okay.
to during a speedrun.
That's why the video. Yeah.
Wow.
See for the first. Okay.
What?
See for the first. Okay, good. So I got for the first level. I got the muscle memory. My best. Wow. See, like that's a pretty good.
That's
Dodo.
so
My best I've
crazy.
gotten is like 18 something. Yeah. See, I need to study this more because he makes it look like so easy.
That's nuts.
Let's see this level.
Ew.
It takes that path. Oh wow, that's a completely different path.
Okay.
There, yeah.
What? He just falls.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that move where you do it on the next level, this is where you take a death on, you do like the speedrunning trick of taking a death on purpose. But look at that, he's only like at 31 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he jump right there on with the dodo.
Oh, you take the death so you can get back up?
Yeah, you can get back up a lot. Otherwise, it takes forever for that Ferris wheel to come around.
Wow.
Yeah, see, like we're already at like a 50. This for me, this is my hardest level. This is like for me, this is the hardest. Yes, you just have to like.
And he just basically make it look trivial.
Yeah. See, and then yeah, that part can trip him up. Yeah. You think now this last level, like look, so this last level he's gonna do in like 12 seconds.
Whoa, how did he get around that? What?
Yeah, I know. See 120. Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah. So I got a long way to go. But still.
Congratulations. Wow.
The story is happy end. Yeah, I know.
That is nuts.
Yeah, I have that added to my watch later.
Yeah, we gotta check some of that stuff out.
Okay. Yeah, tonight. Wow, there he is. Yeah, and that's why that's a great game. I think it's one of those games that's just like it's just a great game that's difficult. Now that's why I like so. I really want like leaderboards. Like I know that I'm like I could be within the top 3 in the Evercade community. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's some people out there though. I mean,
Yeah.
those submitted scores for some of those runs, man. Like when they do when the like the Evercade fans group and all that stuff was doing that stuff. There's some really impressive people out there.
Yeah. No, bring it. I want that. So that's what it's. So what's interesting in the new firmware, they have like the QR codes where you can go. I haven't actually scanned it yet and buy the game. Like they could even add that. Like,
oh yeah, to do like a database kind of thing. They could do that.
And if they really want, so if Blaze wanted to be totally super lazy about it, they wouldn't even have to make an app. All they would have to do is just have a mobile-friendly site where you create an account,
Mm-hmm.
and then you scan your phone. It would be neater to have an app, but
Yeah.
if they
That
still
would
want to
be
keep it, still keep it analog. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this was a much needed update that we've needed for a while. But yeah, I would love to. I think we're getting to that point now. The only thing that I will say that's disappointing on Donut Dodo, if you go back and play it, like let's say on Steam Deck, and I totally forgot that they took this out of the Evercade version for some reason. There's actually like a border, so on the Steam Deck you can have it be in full screen, 16:9, and it'll show like an arcade like border around, like there wasn't like a made up arcade machine. It gets cut off a little bit, but you can still play it in full screen. And I understand that like you don't like screen shake and vibrate, like we don't like. I always turn those off anyways. Like vibrate, we don't have an Evercade, but I'm like, why didn't they add the borders? And then somebody said they should actually have that for all the arcade. I'm like, dude, they should add the borders. Just add it for all the games. Maybe that'll be next. But yeah, well, it's tough, right? Like on the Evercade version, I think when I checked, I had like 8 hours, and then I have like almost 7 hours on Steam Deck. The game it requires the arcade border is nice, exactly. It requires a lot of patience. Like the thing with playing those games and roguelikes and all that, you just have to expect just to like really just start off sucking and not get frustrated and just dying a lot. But you learn that's the thing. Like in that game, like you just have like you can't duck. Like they did that on purpose. So you have to know like when things are like gonna hit you, you can't duck. When you go up ladders, it's not like you can slowly climb them up in Donkey Kong. You just hit up, you instantly go up. So you have to get, and then you jump like really low. You can almost jump like in Good Boy Galaxy without your jetpack, kind of. So like, yeah, you just have to get used to it. Once you understand the physics and all, but it still takes me a little while to get warmed up. Like I should play it more. I will say, which is funny, like not really funny, but like the Evercade D-pad is really amazing, and that like. It grips your finger and it's big enough. And the reason I say that because like on the Steam Deck, like the D-pad is a little bit smaller and it's shine. Like sometimes it's a little bit slipperier.
Yeah.
Like I've had my finger slide like a little bit, kind of slide up again. Similar to like that Xbox controller that I have. So yeah, I'm like it's neat. But yeah, I mean, over time they'll get that. I'm just glad that we at least have this interface. It makes you feel like you collect it. I was speaking of collecting, I'm still waiting to hear back again from Video Games Plus. They're waiting to hear back from their flyer if they were able to test Duke 2.
Oh, okay.
They get really busy. Like I emailed them 2 days. Like you just have to keep emailing them every couple of days, and then they'll apologize. But I'm hoping that they'll send it. But at the same time, though, I don't want to go through all this and then like for some reason get sent a third one that has issues.
Right.
So I'm wondering, maybe did they test it and have the same thing, or just like keep testing a cart and give me one that you can play for at least an hour and you save states and all the games work.
Right.
Yeah, and I've already gone ahead and of course, ordered like the Sunsoft 2 and Pico 4. But
yep, yeah, I got my order in as well.
Yeah,
I'm hanging in there.
I'll eventually get it. Oh, I guess kind of the other speculation I was talking about a little bit last night when I went live, when I saw your video. And how like when you showed the like fun stock, like it says like sold out for the VS and
yeah, well actually that's a good segue to Mr. Shua's question because he mentioned hardware twice. Speaking of Evercade, what are your hopes of the hardware announcement? See that it's got me, and when Phantom was talking about that too a little earlier. It got me thinking about if there's no EXP. And there's no VS right now that you can buy. Like, is it revision time?
Yeah.
And if they do that, is the revision going to add a feature?
Or is it
because is the update that just happened laying the groundwork for something that they want to do in the future?
It could be. I thought about that, or are they going to do like how Crow keeps saying, like an Evercade Junior? Like, are they going to have could they have like could they have like the version of the VS that maybe doesn't have like a wireless card, or maybe only has one slot, like a cheaper VS? I don't know. I
mean, I don't know. I don't think that would be I don't think that's a thing because the VS itself is already around $100. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's already at the price point where it's entry level, like retro for me, right?
True. The Retron
5 right next to me costs more than a VS. So, you know,
like it's $150 to $200 depending on which edition.
exactly.
Make it for. Okay, I know what. Okay, I know what revision is going to be on it because we forget that the VS had mini or micro USB. It doesn't have USB-C for the power.
Oh, yeah.
So I bet you, because like I like in Europe usually like they.
Oh, isn't there that thing where they all have to be USB-C now?
Something like that. Yeah, I know they're like a lot stricter, which isn't a bad thing at all.
No. But that would force a revision to the hardware.
So here's what I think, and this would actually be kind of cool. If they could do like let's say the plain VS, the plain white VS with like one controller, no games, have it with USB-C, make it like $79.99, something, like have like a version of it that's cheaper, still have the other bundles. If they had a version that was cheaper like that, then I might, especially if that ends up going on VGA Plus, because it'll be in Canadian dollars, so then it would like knock another $10 off of it.
Mm-hmm.
For USD. Then maybe I would consider buying a second one, because it would be nice to have a second one where I wouldn't have to keep moving it back. I could keep one in the living room or the guest room and keep one here in the office.
That would be kind of cool.
So that, you know what? I bet that's what it'll be. And then maybe like it'll be with like the EXP. Maybe it might have something like a little bit better battery life, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Something like, or it'll be like a special edition.
Well, I like Phantom's idea because it basically turns a VS into a Polymega.
What was his idea?
You put your carts in, right, to the new VS, and it's got a hard drive, so it just dumps the carts onto a hard drive. It basically just makes it a Polymega. And now with the library feature, you could add like someone else in today's comments on the story I did yesterday was talking about, wouldn't that be cool if they had like a gaming roulette function, like an I feel lucky, just like hit a button and just start playing a game.
Yes. So you know what? And actually, I'm glad, because like I talked about this on a stream or two ago, like about like with like EverDrive, like every now and then that that comes up. And what I didn't realize, and I apologize, and it was either UTAS or Crashline or Motor Sojourn or somebody made me realize that you could actually like you put your Evercade cart, let's say like in slot 1, you put the EverDrive in slot 2, and you can legit like dump like your Evercade cart, kind of like how Crow's made his own like customized reader. Like you can actually dump your own carts. Because I thought of like there would be one purpose or one reason why I would want an EverDrive, a legit reason, because I was kind of thinking of like the MIG switch, right? Like, wouldn't it be cool if you could take all of your legit carts, dump everything, like let's say and the great thing, let's say if you could dump it, put it in a folder, and you wouldn't really have to do anything, and then take all those folders, put it into the EverDrive. Now take that EverDrive of all your legit collections and put that like in a super pocket. So if you want to take your whole collection with you, things like Technos, Namco, if you lose that thing, then maybe it's like $60. Maybe it's you're only out $100 as opposed to like being out like a $300 cart. You can't. That's what I would want, or maybe even pop.
That's actually not bad. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, or pop it in the OG Evercade or EXP like it. Yeah, that way you have a backup of all your legit carts, and so you're still spending. But the only
these carts are getting pricey.
Yeah,
the
only with that is someone said that you have to use a special firmware though on your VS. So
right,
like, man, that's you have to jailbreak your VS. Yeah, exactly. Actually, I played
right there. Apparently, it's getting crazy.
Yes, and then I can't remember. And again, I apologize, can't give credit, but they said that maybe that's because like someone brought up like it's a shame we don't have Capcom cards, but then somebody brought up maybe that's the reason why we only see like Taito, Capcom, and Super Pockets, because they're afraid that like somebody would actually try to dump the ROMs in an EverDrive, which is stupid, because if you want to play all those arcade games, you can do it on CoinOps through there's easier ways to play all those games without having to buy their collections. But that would be the dumb reason, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
That would be dumb.
Well, did someone go speaking of tinfoil, did someone go tinfoil on the fact that I haven't seen it yet, that the Capcom games aren't on the library?
Oh.
Because they are not. Well,
none of the secret games are either, right? Only the actual.
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's only cart-based games, but only cart-based games. So
Yeah.
the EXP edition, Capcom, they're not there.
Yeah.
So
Which I guess really makes sense because you can actually go to a separate spot and play them, but I can see why they would be mixed in.
mhm.
But no, I know what you're getting. Like, see, and that's the other thing too. I think I know where you're going with this. Is that maybe now like the license is up with Capcom, so they're gonna re-release like an EXP that'll be like a cheaper. That'll probably maybe be like a cheaper model, but without the Capcom collection.
Right.
Maybe, is that what we're thinking, or maybe it'll be like some other collection, or maybe could it be like a title? I don't know, but that's.
Yeah, I mean, it could get interesting because then, of course, now you're talking about, people wanting to collect hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if they never get the Capcom licenses sorted, now you're in a position where you're trying to hunt down an old EXP somewhere so you can get the games because you're never going to get them anywhere else if the, deals fell through.
Yeah.
And, it's one of those unfortunate things. There's a lot of stuff that I saw in the comment section too. On the videos, a lot of people were really vocal about the fact that they're like, oh well, I don't like the way like this is going on for plays, and they should fix all the game stuff and make sure that we have all our games and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, but what kind of leverage does Blaze have against all these companies that are these are their assets,
True.
These are their games. What do you expect from Blaze? I mean, Blaze can't put leverage on these companies to give them more of their games or allow them to keep producing the carts. I mean, it's not up to them.
No, it's a license.
So,
1 second. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, that was just our producers calling. They said, "Yeah, well, we can. It's Evercast 2 time." No,
it's officially after the watershed.
I just did that for the fun. Like we have like there's some other weird like producers. I don't know.
That was awesome. That was good.
This feels it just sounds like the old flip phone. So yeah. But no, that's like the curse of licensing, right?
Yeah.
Is that like now the only licensing that we know they have control over is something like the remasters, and maybe even like the indie hero games. Like they're able to work out those deals with those devs because they're smaller publishers. That's how they game of the month. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I would be surprised if they did those deals in like perpetuity, and they probably want to. They're like, yes, please continue to sell. That's right. Yeah, that's right. You are super producer.
That's awesome.
That's yeah. I was wondering this. So yeah, they can't be mad at. You're 100% right, Rich, because they don't have control over the. And I understand how some people are frustrated, and that's why I keep saying like, I like the fact that things are limited because it rewards people who like us who've been collecting for a long time. But at the same time, I think it really sucks for somebody who's in the Evercade ecosystem. And let's say they want to experience the nostalgia. I mean, like, there's a million ways you could play Double Dragon, right? But let's say they want to experience playing the physical cart because they're in the Evercade. Like, they shouldn't have to pay $300. Like, that's like
right. No, and you're absolutely right about that too. I mean, because I want nothing more than to tell somebody that is like, oh, I really want to get into Evercade. What do I get? I want to tell them every time. Here's what you go get. Go get yourself any piece of Evercade hardware and Pico 1 and see how you feel.
true.
But I can't tell them Pico 1 anymore because you can't get it. It's like, and that's annoying. But it's not that I'm mad at Blaze because it happened. I'm just upset because,
That's funny. All super directors, whatever. Yeah, both of you guys are. Yeah. Which is funny because every time somebody becomes a super director, then I have to for those who don't know, then in my membership video, like at the super director level, I shout out people's names, and so every time I do that, I have to like re-record the whole thing.
One of these days, I'm gonna hit the button.
Yeah, it's weird. Like there's only like two super producers. It's funny because then like the whole screen is gone. I'm like, could you guys move up? Like move up level just so I can
move one of the other ways.
Yeah. So you know what's funny? So you know what's funny about that? Because like like when I first did my I don't know, like I had too many membership levels, and I went full blown crow, and I made it like too complicated. So then I went to make it easier, and then like I'm like me and my wife, or especially my wife, we listen to a lot of podcasts, and we support them, and sometimes it's like, hey, here are the different levels, or if you want to like support, and give more or less money, you can. But I don't like, but I don't want to put like anything too much behind I don't want to put. And I'm sure you feel this way too. Like I'll never put participation behind a paywall. Like I won't. Like I won't say like, oh, you have to be this member for live stream. If I'm doing a member, like if you're a member and I do a member only live stream, then all members can do it. That type of thing. But I want to offer like fun things. So when I was doing my check-in video, just for the fun of it, like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. And then what was hilarious is, and I appreciate this so much, I crashed the line, signed up for it, and then he didn't realize it, that he was surprised. And so then I had to figure out, and I was like, well, what can I do? And I'm like, well, it's like, I know like Rich reads, it's funny how you memorize the names, but I'm like, well, what could I do? And then I just didn't want to, I'm going to make it a little special. So I'm like, well, what if I just have like a floating head? And so it's kind of funny because on my blue screen back there, like I have to like, can I go in the corner and do over like a dozen takes, because I need to make, I want to be enthusiastic. I want to be sure that I say it right, but not say it too much, because it can't be too long to fit in. Luckily though, I got it to the point where by using chroma key, that once I got it dialed in, then I can just make slight adjustments. But it's fun. It's fun though. It's a good problem to have. I'm like, bring it if I have to rattle off like 10 names. I don't, So yeah, it's just I try to offer like fun little things like that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
And I guess the other thing I want to say, like I like how, since like YouTube is our main, I want to say that's our main social media. I like how it has all these things built in. Yeah. As opposed to like going to Patreon and all that, and it makes it. I think it makes it more inclusive, because then you can do like member only things in the community tab and.
Right. Yep. And I actually like doing that. And I should be doing, I think I want to do a little more with that kind of stuff. So that way I can like really kind of have fun with it, and make the GDC actually feel like, like a club. Cause I think that would be kind of fun. But getting to Mr. Shua's question, am I thinking about adding another tier? Right now, probably not. And the reason why is because I wouldn't know what to do with it, because right now the GTC is the GTC, right? It's just like it's one thing. It's you go in here and you get all of it, right? Because I think in my opinion, if anyone is willing to hit the button, it is then my duty to make sure that because you hit the button, you feel satisfied with hitting the button each and every month, right? That we're doing something that's kind of cool and fun, and a little bit insider, right? Because in the Good Times Club, we talk a lot about stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and sometimes it's things that literally no one else knows about, So it's just the people in that group that all discuss certain things that are going on the behind the scenes, which I think is really cool. So,
I was gonna say, we have 471 subs on this channel.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Once we get to 500 subs, we can do some cool thing.
Yeah, we can have some fun in there.
Possible
merch. Yeah, I mean,
I think stuff. Yeah. No, dude, I appreciate it, because I know Rich does the same. Like everything I put back into the channel, it goes towards for now it's going towards Evercade carts, and depending on this new hardware, whatever doesn't, I carried over to next year if I need other like YouTube stuff, like it all. Oh, this is funny. It says when you get 10 names, you got to make a new tier and say only those names. That's huh?
Yeah.
So we make something, call it the 10 name tier.
The 10 name tier.
Interesting. I'll think about it. Possible merch, bacon ice cream.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Yeah, you know what? If we made one, if I made a prototype one, and then we did it for the yet to be announced but yet named show that is coming soon. That we might have to do something about that. That'd be kind of fun.
I will say for Karg. So I'm not going to give any spoilers, but once we get to 500 subs, it's like I know like it's funny we keep talking like we're going to like update redo the intro.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely do some rebranding. Well, you kind of seen that, some tweaks to the rebranding. But like for that membership club, like Rich had come up with the awesomest. I can't say what it is because it's gonna be total awesome. He came up with like we still have to look into it to make sure that it's feasible. That's all I'm gonna say. And he came up with like a really cool idea that like it fits the spirit of this channel and retro, and it like ties into.
Yep.
It ties into everything that we do like another channel. So it's an awesome idea, and I know you all would like love that.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah.
We need to get those people that just hit the free red button first.
Yes.
It's all good though.
And that's why we always say too that as this channel grows and gets bigger, then more people start watching it. It's something that we would even like try to do on a weekly basis.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's been really it's been pretty incredibly busy over here.
Yeah. At one point we YouTube will always bear home. At some point we wanted to try like just doing something like just playing games over on Twitch. So that's something we want to do at some point, but these are just all all ideas. Of course, YouTube is always be like our main home. But yeah, we definitely want to do more. And I need to get myself a merch store just to have it, mainly because I need to have like my own t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's just like slowly. It's just kind of like it's kind of funny. Like when I think I was telling people, was either a member check-in or I kind of like sometimes like I have things in the back of my mind that I want to do, but once I make my mind up, then things move quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like initially when Gene Joe did the initial drawing and he just said, "Hey, I'm gonna do some more shading and touch base," and then like I think a week or so went by and I was like, "Oh, hey, do you have this in the PNG format?" And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I do." And then he emailed me the next day. And then like once I had it, then I went in and like I rebrand, like I put that logo everywhere. So that
yeah, that's cool.
So that's kind of how like, sometimes you just have to do that. And then that's why like I sat down, got my audio to go through different. And actually, it's funny because I was also because I know like you have like a mixer. I'm like, man, do I need to get a mixer? I'm like, I shouldn't. I was even considering that. I'm like, let me just do this now and be. But it was neat because everybody. And it's funny because I like Taz was saying, he's like, I'm going to keep bugging you until like that's that's fine. But more importantly though, it's and I know I just say this like it's just really neat the community that we created and just like doing this and like the live streams. That's why I think I've said like live streaming has become like one of my favorite things. And then like with the membership channel is neat because like for me like it gives me an excuse to be like extra silly and do things I wouldn't put on my main channel that I know, but especially geared towards people who want it to be. And that's why like I want to say that like 90% of the members sometimes do 100% like watch all those videos. So I like that.
Yeah.
It's a neat it's just kind of a neat anything and whatnot. And what else? Oh, and then I forget if I told you like a live stream, like I've been doing like some like I forget who came up with the word like Evercade adjacent sometimes. Like I'll be like, hey, here's some games I would like to see in Evercade or like some type of like indie stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so some people like it was pretty neat. Like I was just kind of like showing because I was like looking at like my 500 game. Like somebody would say, hey, like Vulgar the Viking. I'm like, oh, I have that. So I was just like kind of like typing the name and putting it on the screen and just kind of like just doing a showcase of some games and people see. But like Evercade adjacent, right? Like I don't even know if I have any AAA games, but like I wasn't gonna play Mario, but stuff that would be neat but like possible. And it's neat because then other people will share games and all that. So that's kind of like becomes like a fun like discovery session. But I was happy to know, like I think a few people commented that like, hey, if Blaze ever goes away, which I hope we're 80 years old and still doing this,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I like because then for me I realized my focus would be just more like on indie like indie games, like things like Asta Bros and stuff, and like my would shift towards that, and I'm pretty sure I think 99% of the people would still stick with it.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think it's actually about the games, and it's about like, it's about the community more than it is devices.
Exactly.
So I mean, but that's and it just so happens that Evercade is a cool thing that brings more
Yes.
people together. So
Yes, no, I'm glad you say that because it absolutely is. Because that's why I feel like our channels are more like community channels for that, and everybody's kind of into similar things. So like Evercade adjacent, or you can say like Atari VS adjacent. Like I love that.
right. Yes,
I
very
love that.
cool.
So, it's just it's neat, and that's why I think I said in the beginning. Otherwise, I'm just like playing games by myself. But it's just like the whole point. It's just like being able to share these experiences, with the community. Because I know like without having this whole YouTube structure set up, I mean, I would still be a gamer, but I wouldn't be into it as much.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's a neat, definitely I wouldn't be. I don't know. I wouldn't be collecting every single Evercade card. I do love the discovery, but it's a lot of fun. Like sharing that with everybody. It's just like for me, if you don't, if you don't have people to share that with, then the excitement isn't there as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What else? Oh, I guess other related like Evercade things. It's funny. I say struggling, but like, like thinking like a part to be like, so as far as like retrovert and hardware, I know like if Phantom is here, he says like the Nintendo DS Lite is like one of his favorite consoles,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of keep like do it because you can play these guys, you can play Game Boy Advance, and from like what a bunch of YouTubers have said, like with the DS Lite, like Nintendo did a good job on those LCDs, like they still hold up, and if they do have like yellowing, you don't notice it in the games, and then for like a couple bucks off AliExpress, you can get like an R4 card, and so you can also play like say DS games the way they're meant to be played, meaning you have like the two screens and you have like the stylus.
Mm-hmm.
That would kind of serve because I know like DS games are expensive, and then you have the clamshell that folds up. I've like they're around like $50-$60, so they're not even like that too like super expensive.
Right.
But
the DS hardware,
yeah. But I mean, so that's one of those things that maybe for birthday or that could come out of the YouTube fund, but with the hardware announcements, I have to wait, right? Like if they come out with like some special gift, like that's my priority, depending on what it is. So
here's a weird thing.
Yeah.
So let's put some crazy tinfoil on. All right, just absolute enormous tinfoil.
You know what? I need to make myself a tinfoil hat. Just
we should. And
we should do that, and then one day, like just during Evercade, you and me should just put them on.
And just put them on. Yes, I am totally down with that.
It's tinfoil hat time. Yes, go
because all right. So say there's going to be a hardware revision, right?
Yeah.
What if Blaze was crazy enough to do a clamshell EXP that then introduced, because we've got Glover, right? We've got 64 compatibility. What if they did a clamshell EXP and introduced DS compatibility?
That would be nuts. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. How
nuts would that be?
That would be.
I mean, obviously, you're not touching any of the regular Nintendo properties, so it's this isn't Crazy Town. This is just Fantasyland with tinfoil. But there's so many games from so many different publishers that you'd be able to have access to. That would be kind of cool. And then I think at that point, because they might have owned the property by then. It's not the one that I'd want, but the company that owns all the mobile rights, that currently owns all of the rights for distribution of this game over here. That one, this one right here.
Oh, yes.
Currently owns all of the mobile and Lunar Dragon Song, which is the DS version of Lunar. So then you could see that. You could see that coming.
Dude, you know what?
If that went that way.
It would be total Fantasyland, but I would like to see like a $50 less adapter. You could play. I think somebody said like you plug it into the VS and you can play like Game Boy Advance or Game Boy games on it.
I mean,
It'd be against what they're doing.
We know that the slot is exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, just saying.
If it would fit, yeah. While we're talking,
it doesn't fit obviously because of the way that the cartridges are made, but just putting it out there, that could happen.
It will be interesting, or like if we did get new, like I could see, like if we did get an EXP, like I could see us getting basically the same thing but in a different form factor, or like Crow says, like are they just gonna call it like Evercade Junior, like make it. I like that, but we still haven't seen like the Hyper Mega Tech, what their roadmap,
right?
What they're doing.
Yep.
I think what I wouldn't mind stuff like an Evercade branded analog controller or wireless, just because then we'd have analog support, and I could already use or even like a keyboard and mouse, because then that works. Actually, you know what? A keyboard and mouse in general would be awesome, because then I would just maybe use that like it's a normal keyboard and mouse.
Right. Well, and you might actually have a little more, like you might have better luck doing things on those computer collections if you had full keyboard and mouse support,
See, that's okay. Oh, cool. Phantom is still coming up with the hard. Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you though, Phantom. That's a killer idea, and yes, especially because of that new library. Why not? Not?
If they do that though, and maybe they're afraid this would open them up to piracy, but I think if they do that though, make it so now you could plug in a USB stick into like the fourth slot, so you could use your that would be the only thing that I would feel bad. Like, what if I want to use my existing Evercade to do that? You know what I mean?
Well, if you were gonna do that, then we're gonna make a new VS, then I'd put a USB in the back.
Yeah.
I'd put another one. Because you gotta have 4-player games.
Yes,
because you don't want to introduce a hub. You just throw another one in the back.
That's what I would like. That's what the redesign would be. It'd be more convenient features like the USB-C. You can buy it without any games and choose the games. There's a USB port or a big, I think they would do a USB port in the back, because if they have like a bigger internal hard drive, that would cost more money.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that, but it would be like more convenient. No, they you know why?
Definitely not.
They won't go. I have proof. Let me see.
Yeah,
hold on.
proof.
Yeah, you'll recognize it.
Okay. Is it the tweet? Ooh, I'm so close. I'm going for it.
I clipped. Okay. This is going to be plans to have like an actual digital store. Well, you may. This is going to be so weird. How do we?
There you go.
Okay. This is going to be freaking weird. So this is from an Evercast. This is when like Sean used to come on Evercast. You're all staying physical. There's no plans to have like an actual digital store. Well, you may have like games in the firmware. There's no plan.
No, I mean, whenever we bring anything that's built into the device, it's always seen as a bonus. So Capcom was seen as a bonus. We would have had it as a cartridge, like we said before, but there was just no way to do it at the time, and the opportunity to bring it as a bonus was too good to pass up. We're all about the classic. We're all about physical, all about the nostalgic gaming experience. So as far as Evercade is, and as far as Evercade's brand and ethos and the way we're doing things, digital is bonus only. It's not part of the core makeup. We're never going to have a digital store. We're certainly not going to involve ourselves in being a digital publisher in that way, because that's a whole other nightmare that I had to work out from a logistic point of view.
That's what, because like the Steam Deck already does that. Like Evercade is special. Like it needs to be the device that doesn't do it. But every now and then people will bring it up in the community. I'm like, no. That's Evercade's vision is to be old school, to be cartridges. Even if times get difficult where it takes longer to get stuff, we're still going to be physical. That's what we want.
I mean, there is definitely a hole in the market for that, which the Switch mostly addresses, I think, but it obviously doesn't address it enough, because people are still asking for it. They're asking for that kind of Wii Virtual Console style. I want to download these games and have them on the device kind of thing. Like people still want to buy and play these games. There's streaming options, there's physical options like us, there's digital options like the Switch and the Xbox consoles. But there is obviously a hole of some kind in the market that people are wanting to buy it. It's just one of those things of having to then do those digital store rights, get those kind of things, get the right amount of investment into it,
The
and
funny thing
then
is, not the
get
Super Bowl,
enough
but
sales
last
out of it that
finish it to
the
where my
Switch
Kansas
is
City-
like, what's it now, the third biggest console on Earth in history.
Yeah.
Just
It's crazy.
just go with the Switch. It just makes it so much more easy for that kind of thing. And
Mhm.
obviously-
Exactly. And you don't want to be a Switch or you don't want to be a Steam Deck, and I love that, and that's why there is that market. But the other thing too, don't forget, is all the games we get on Evercade are complete, because like some games on the Switch, like you don't get, are too big. So that's the other important thing, is like when you have that cart, you've got it. As long as you own that physical cart, you've got the game. You can pop it in. You don't have to worry about any nonsense DRM or any of that other.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
interesting thing is, Sean is talking about a hole in the market where people want like digital on the go, right?
Mhm.
But he's hesitant to say anything about actually wanting to become that digital store. But he didn't say that they weren't attempting to become a pseudo digital portable thing. He just said, it's not one of those things that we're looking for right now, as far as the store goes. But I mean, Phantom might be onto something.
But he said the digital.
He might be onto something, because if there is a way to
Well,
then, yeah, Pate's looking different, and a lot more British. He it definitely seems like even back then they were thinking about doing something that involved digitizing further the maybe existing library. So, I mean, that there could be some meat on that conspiracy bone.
But see, here's the difference, right? Let's say if they make it where I can put in my Technos cart, and it's actually copying it from the cart to the internal USB, whatever. Like I can play it cartless, like the Polymega.
Mhm.
That's different than I can go to the Blazes store and I could just buy Double Dragon 2 and download that.
Yes, but that's not. He didn't say he did say that there would never be a store.
Yeah.
So because he was worried about the licensing and the digital store thing and all that stuff. But if you never go that route and you still have to buy the cartridge, but you want to bring your entire library because now it's so huge, you want to bring your library with you.
Yep.
The internal memory option of like a new EXP you wouldn't have to upgrade the hardware. You just have to have the ability for it to store games.
Exactly.
That's yummy. That's a tasty time.
And that's why I think they could even, like with the existing EXP, there's a USB-C slot. But yeah, I think I could see to your point, Rich, them doing that and then making like an extra USB. I hope that they don't put that behind it. I mean, they very well could.
Yeah.
It's good having you. It's
Did
cool.
Crash Line?
Up to bed. Yep. Good to have you, Crash Line. But yeah, that I would be more excited on a portable, like for VS. Which is not as much, because I do enjoy taking the cards and popping them in. Now here's be something questionable, right? What if if you could here's what they won't do. I don't think they would let you buy legacy digital cards, but I think what Sean was kind of saying, to get around that, they may offer like a special edition EXP or Super Pocket, let's say, that might have like the Pico collection built into it. Like they renegotiate a licensing deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because it's on the device, they could just take away those other games that can't be part of the deal and put everything back on there. So it'd be like maybe like a built-in Pico collection with 18 games or something. I don't know. I think that's what I think that's like, yeah, I think definitely, Rich, yeah, now that I read more into that, they don't want the nightmare of dealing with a digital store. They'd rather just re-release new devices that have the embedded games on it that they can't get the cards for that reason. Like they could come out with the Technos EXP
or Technos Super Pocket.
Yeah, that I think they're more likely to do, because Super Pockets are a lot cheaper, and otherwise they become too much like Arcade One-Up. You can't make somebody buy, or it's not a good business practice if somebody spend like over like $100 or whatever it is just to get new. So I could see, Super Pocket would make more sense.
Yeah.
Although I'm still, I don't know if Blaze. I think they said they were looking into at some point being able to play like the Capcom games from your EXP on the VS.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of holding out hope. Like, what if you could take that red cable, plug that into like any of the other controller ports with your EXP into the VS, and then as long as that's plugged in, now you can play those games. You know,
Maybe.
Then it wouldn't break the license. Yeah, or they'll just come out with like a Street Fighter 2 fight stick that when you plug that in, it has all the games on.
It has the Capcom collection on. Yeah. I could see that happening too.
Or it's like it's technically those games are in the firmware, but you could only access them if you plug in that USB stick, and it kind of unlocks it like a key, like your MAC addresses. Or so I don't know, but I think that's what kind of like it seems to make sense that they're just going to have they just have the firmwares for the games in it. It's just bonus. It's just kind of bonus content, and that's how I think even if they have like a new EXP with whatever built-in collection, that's how they get around it. And then the Super Pocket is a little bit different because it's themed. But yeah, no, this is all great, like tinfoil hat.
Yep.
Tinfoil hat talk.
See that I was about to be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna call it, and then I read this.
Oh,
no one needs 8 experience. Okay, I'm going.
Oh, I love it. Calling all tinfoil hats. Oh my god.
I'm down with that. Come on, B, one battle. I didn't even need the fish man. Come on, give me one battle. No, I don't know if this will do it. Nope. One more.
Hey, there we go. Calling all tinfoil hats.
Yes.
I made that just for you, Mr. Schmidt.
Oh my goodness. They're really gonna this game.
Only 2. Wow. Now it's that treasure chest.
One more battle. It doesn't matter what it is now. One more battle.
More battle. But yeah, no, that'll be it.
This is it. Boom.
Ooh, no advance.
Ooh, no alone to spell. What'd you learn? Let's go find out what he learned.
Why the files? No, I've never heard of that.
Files, huh? I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. It's a YouTube channel only with 3.55 million subscribers.
Wow. Yeah, Noah just jumped. 2028?
Yeah. Oh, okay. It says people who are fascinated, obsessed with mysteries, myths, legends, and conspiracies. Oh, okay.
Noah 2,300 basically.
Hey, Immortal Soldier and another channel member.
What's going on?
I watched the Y-Files. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I know. What did you sneak in?
Oh, did you learn open?
Yeah.
Status, Noah. Protect. Yeah, but he just learned another spell.
So I know another kind of like tinfoil hat thing, which would be really cool. Or like
yeah.
At some point, like something like Sega Collection S, and like all Blaze is able to get all these publishers all of a sudden. And then like all of us like our channels just like keep up with to a point now where Blaze can like not even work.
Yeah.
So because of that, like whatever the next game con or something, like they fly us in to be like speakers or wherever. And it's like it's some location maybe where actually maybe some place and let's say it's like this is again somewhere maybe like in Europe.
Yeah.
Where like people would be like a train ride away and we could like meet up, we could not only like us meet for like first time in real life, but we could also like meet like all our viewers and everything. That would be really cool.
That would be excellent.
Yeah. I know, right? That's why I said tinfoil hats, but that's
yes, very, very cool. So we got in this hour and 39 minutes from level 16, 17 or 18 to 21, which is pretty rad. That only 9 more levels in the entire game can be earned.
Wow.
So I'm pretty happy with that.
It's buying tickets. Yeah, on Blaze's dime. Yes, I would.
Right? Ooh. That was good. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Yeah. It's just talking about things and whatnot. But no, it's a lot of neat speculation. But yeah, we'll have to see if Evercade becomes like Polymega or if they're. I mean, because people can do like those things can be done now.
Yeah.
It's not like not like officially. But yeah, I still would love to be able to take my collection, put it on an EverDrive, and then like plug it into like a Super Pocket or something.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to be able to have or I don't know, or even if you like, I guess there's way like technically you could do that with an official cart, but that's like too difficult to kind of hack. But yeah, I thought about that. I'm like, you know what? I wish there was some way for me to bring something like my Namco collection in a Super Pocket or OG Evercade, or without risking it, right? Because they've gotten to be too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see what they say. Yeah, and I think though, like taking tinfoil hats off, yeah, it'll be a rebranding of the VS to be more compliant, and I think they'll have a version with no games, or maybe like one, or a cheaper version with one, something like that, and then they'll do the same thing with and then the XP will be a Duke EXP, and it'll be like or it'll be like an EXP Junior without the Capcom collections, and then maybe that'll be more of a reason for people to get Super Pockets. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, man. Thanks, Phantom. Yeah, it was good. I mean, that was a huge push, and then because we even got Noah, who was the lowest of all of the characters. We got Noah to learning open, so that's level 17. So that's only 3 levels away from 20, which is I think is my general target. If every party member can be 20 or above, that's well more than enough for the fight with Lassic at the end. So I won't really have to do any more level building.
Yeah. So speaking of communities, here's something. So here's what's awesome, right? So like Immortal, who's on both of our channels, saying that Mr. Shoe is a cool video, super shirt. And but that's what I mean though. Like what's awesome is that we have a community of people, and then now like we know by that comment, obviously like Immortal watching Mr. Shua. And I'm Mr. Shua, like he's getting back into it. So that's what I love about our communities. That's all. People going out
awesome
there, doing their own YouTube thing. Yes, his shirt is really cool. Like I had to take a second glance at it because it's, for those of you who don't, it's an Atari cartridge, but it says like 4 shows instead of 4 game. Like in the Atari style, but it's PAX East, and it's like,
that's cool.
It's really and some of those like Switch games with the graphics, I'm like, those could be an Evercade. Actually, I didn't know that they did like a remake of like an Angry Nerd, and there was another another cool one that was like in that art style and stuff. And but yeah, all cool.
Yeah,
all cool things. It's kind of funny because we were talking about like the physical media for the Switch. That's like the other thing. Oh, okay, he'll be referencing it in the next video. So
nice.
Yeah.
It's
neat. Brain fart.
It's all good, man.
You also explained like the story about like how it has some technical issues with the cat and the monitor and all that good stuff. Not really. Yeah. No, it's good. I figured something like that because I hadn't seen him around as much. It was good to see back making videos, but that happens in our communities where people have floods and stuff happens.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's all neat. No, I love that other people feel inspired and encouraged, and believe me, like and to go off and to start like a channel from nothing is challenging. So it's at least neat when you can have community support. You kind of have that built-in community, and it kind of reminds me of like when I first started. I have I was exposed to your viewers. It was weird I said exposed into like Pete's and then later Crows. So yeah, it's neat to have that because otherwise, I mean, think about like all the millions of people that upload videos and all, and it's like it's so difficult just to get somebody to like look at your thumbnail or to watch your video, and especially when you're just like learning. So
yeah, and it is cool, and that's something I hope that like I'm able to be a part of and like help out because so many people were there for me when I was just starting out too. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to like point people to different places, which is the reason why my descriptions, my YouTube video descriptions, are just a sea of other people.
Yes.
It's just like, oh, hey, here's the stuff you need to know about my video, but also here's like 70 channels. Just go over there. And Mr. Shua and the Intellivision Gamer and anyone else because I put it out to the GGC, anyone else is a GTC member that wants to be a part of the list, just let me know. Just shoot me a thumbs up, and I'll put you in the channel roster, which is cool. So yeah, it's fun. It's super fun, and it's cool to just like check in with everybody, because it's like a digital hangout. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're all hanging out.
Pretty much. Like, not only that, there isn't. I mean,
yeah,
like
anytime,
otherwise, unless the community, like YouTube, doesn't offer like any support like for people just getting started with YouTube. I mean, sure, you can watch like videos like this, like tips, but like there is like it's weird. Like you actually have to find or be a part of a community. Well, it's like, well, how do you become part of a community if you're not? You know what I mean? It's kind of like the chicken before the egg thing. So I think the difference though is that like with some other, and maybe some other channels, like maybe they're too big, but like they don't have that like inclusiveness. Like we like literally like read like every message. We have a discussion, but we want that though, right? Like we love that. Ooh, yes.
All right.
Yeah, you can message that to me on. I think usually it's been like Twitter. I prefer Twitter over Instagram. I mean, I'll get the message, but I almost rarely ever even use Instagram. But
yeah, me too. Like I'm on there, but it's like it's one of those things where I set all of my stuff from Facebook to just like post over there. So I post, but I very rarely look over there.
When I was on Facebook, I did. I mean, I used it like in the beginning. But it's just like, I don't know. It just seems like the majority of people are on Twitter, and like, I don't know, Instagram. Instagram is more like picture. Like that's in the beginning, it was cool. Like, hey, I got these cards, I got these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little more difficult to link to a video or something.
I feel the exact same way too. Like Twitter's my go-to. So yeah.
I just use that, and then like everything inside of YouTube. Or I mean, people can also message me like directly on Discord. But yeah, YouTube Twitter just seems to be a little bit easier. But you can do that, or email evercadeeffect@gmail.com. Either way.
Yeah, man. So anyway, it is post 11 p.m. EST over here. So I gotta hit the sack because I gotta get up again. It's another early day for me tomorrow at the works. So I gotta do all those things. Bring in the monies so we can keep doing this stuff. Also, the poor dog has been pacing outside of the door over here in the studio. And it's just like, what's going on here? So anyway, of course we're gonna be talking some more about some Evercade goodness on the Saturdays.
Oh yeah.
So that's gonna be really cool. And then over here on the channel, tomorrow's gonna be a VCS day, I think. Because I have a very funny feeling that even though it's a week or two before the big game drops on VCS, something else is going to wind up coming out, which is going to put me even further behind for catching up. So I'm going to do a Fun for 5 on a Atari VCS game. It'll either be the one that comes out tomorrow that I don't know about, or it'll be the ones that came out last week because I didn't get the chance to do those because I was on the vacaciones. So that'll be that.
Nice. And yeah, we've got Evercast, and then I think next week, I'll be, I'll probably, I always like my unofficial times when I go live Wednesday and Saturday. We'll probably do that, and then I think next week, then I didn't get a chance. I'll probably take a deeper dive into the interface and game of the month, and I think all that fun stuff. We'll wait for the carts.
Very cool. Very cool.
Awesome. But yeah.
I guess we'll never find out.
And always have to mention, those of you who have just maybe like stumbled into the YouTube verse and all that, almost to 500 subs, we want to offer memberships and do really super cool things. So be sure to do that. And if you're already not subbed to me and Rich's channels, do all that, do all the cool YouTube things that to do. And it's funny because I almost said, no, I'm going to thank my channel members, but we don't have that yet here. So
No, yeah.
almost
But well, thank
We will.
everybody else for watching, and thank everyone for being in this chat. You
Yes.
know, because it's awesome. So anyway, guys, we're gonna head out. And until next time, we'll see you here, right on Calling All Retro Gamers. See ya.
Calling all retro gamers.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Click.